How's it going? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the new rumored drone from DJI, the Mini SE, which is the cheaper version of the Mini 2 that I have here. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about whether you should invest in that drone at the cheaper price point, if it's actually going to be worth it in my opinion, or you should get something like the Mini 2 or maybe even upgrade to the Air 2 or the Air 2S. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, first off, I just want to say DJI has given us so many options over the past couple years when it comes to choosing a drone. And honestly, they're all good. There's no drone that's bad that DJI has put out in my opinion. They're just different at different price points for different needs. Now, everyone's starting to compare DJI with Apple because Apple is releasing like 1 million phones per year. They used to only launch one phone every year and it was a huge deal. Now they have multiple launches for multiple products and different levels and price points and investments for their products, and it seems like DJI is starting to do the same. At the extremely low price point of $299 US, borderline like toy investment, I think DJI's plan with the SE is to get new drone flyers into their ecosystem so that they learn how to fly, they enjoy flying, and then they start upgrading to their more expensive drones in the range of thousands of dollars. I personally think at $299, the Mini SE is going to fly off the shelves because at $300 for a drone that's fun to fly, that's easy to fly, that gets 2.7K footage, how could you go wrong? But that's what I kind of want to dive into right now, talk about the specs and compare them with some of the more expensive drones that DJI offers to kind of help you out if you're in between and you're not sure which drone to choose. First, I want to talk about resolution. Now, the Mini SE is said to shoot only at a maximum resolution, 2.7K video, whereas the Mini 2 is going to shoot beautiful 4K video. Now, I know a lot of people say that most people don't even view content in 4K, so why is 4K over 1080p actually important? Well, for me, especially with drone footage, if you're shooting in 4K, it allows you to crop 2x in, so a 200% crop and still maintain that HD resolution. With only that 2.7K sensor on the Mini SE, you're not gonna be able to crop in quite as much as you will on the Mini 2. Now, personally for me, having 4K over 2.7K is worth the $150 upgrade it's going to cost you to go from the SE to the Mini 2. The Mini 2 right now, as it stands, costs $450, and the SE is rumored to only cost $300. But again, I really think the SE is going to be aimed at total beginners, people who have never flown a drone before, maybe are completely new to aerial photography or photography in general, or filmmaking in general. So they're not really thinking about cropping to get more cinematic shots or anything like that. They just want to be able to capture footage or photos from the air. But I want to know what you think. Are all these rumors about the Mini SE complete BS, or do you think they're going to stand true and actually happen? Do you think the Mini SE is going to be a drone that makes sense for a lot of people, and why do you think that? Let me know down in the comments below. Now let's talk about range, how far you can actually fly this drone away from you. So with the Mini SE, it's rumored that it's only gonna be able to fly about half as far as you can fly with this Mini 2. That could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you are. Me personally, on paper, I wanna have the drone that can fly as far as possible. But in practice, I've never flown this thing anywhere near the farthest capability that I could fly it. Generally, I like to fly mainly line of sight, so being able to see the drone maybe a little bit farther, but I honestly don't think that having the minimized range compared to the Mini 2 is gonna be a huge deal for a lot of people. Subject tracking, are we gonna get it? Now, I highly doubt it given the Mini 2 doesn't even have it. The packaging of the leaked photo of the Mini SE though does show that we still get features like quick shots, so there is gonna be some automated flight modes, but not the tracking that DJI's more expensive drones in the thousands of dollar range has. It's also rumored that the Mini SE is going to come with the upgraded controller that the much more expensive Air 2S comes with. This really pulls the Mini SE away from the DJI Spark in a much better direction, because what having that controller is going to mean is much better connection. You're not just flying the drone from your phone, you're actually using the technology in the upgraded controller. Your video signal is going to drop out much less, I hope, than the Spark, and that itself is going to be worth upgrading and worth the price point. Now, again, these are all rumors, so it's hard to say if they're all going to happen, but if they do, we're looking at a pretty valuable drone for the price. All right, so overall, what do I think about this Mini SE? Overall, I think it's pretty much the same as the Mini 2, other than the fact that it shoots 2.7K instead of 4K footage, so you're getting a bit of a downgrade there. It looks identical to DJI's drones that are already out. They really didn't redesign a new drone at all. This seems like sort of a recycled concept, and I personally think that they're releasing this drone just to dump some parts from the Mini series, because it has the same propellers as the Mini 2, it has the same battery, it has a lot of the same things, but it just comes at a cheaper price point. So either they're trying to dump parts and get them out of their inventory, or like I mentioned earlier, they're just trying to get people into their ecosystem with a ridiculously cheap price drone so that they can upsell them more expensive drones in the future. I think if the Mini SE comes out like it's rumored to, it's gonna be a great drone for absolute beginners who don't wanna break the bank. People who don't care that much about their videos, that much about their footage. They just wanna get decent footage and have an easy flying experience at a low price point to sort of get into the hobby. I know it's not gonna be a bad drone, it's gonna be fine, especially for beginners. So if that person is you, then don't be afraid to buy it. If you wanna upgrade to get 4K footage, a little bit more resolution, then go with the Mini 2. I love this drone, and I have other reviews and other videos where I compare the footage between other drones. So I'll link those up here. Go check them out. And that's all we got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that little thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button so you can see more. It helps this little YouTube channel grow. And I love making YouTube videos. I want to make more. So by having more subscribers, the algorithm blesses me with more views and gives me all the things I need to continue creating these videos for you guys. So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Happy to help out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.